Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And today a serious topic, so serious that I have the Tarot of the Abyss on the tarot table. It's a very dark tarot deck and I think it's needed. We are looking at a Richard Eden article in the Daily Mail where he talks about an establishment plot to undermine William and Catherine, and Lady C has been hinting at this as well in some of her recent videos, saying that there is a sinister plot afoot to basically bring the Waleses down. And she says, oh, I can't say more than that at this point, but she's going to address it in future. William Eden, meanwhile, out the gate with his own take on it. He says there is an establishment plot and I'm not going to have anything to do with it. Of course, Richard Eden and the Daily Mail swing like a pendulum from side to side when it comes to covering the royals, and particularly the Sussex-Wales saga. And I'm going to have a look at it. I'm curious to know. Richard Eden says, lists, of course, the Harry and Meghan PR push to bring Harry back in from the cold and all of that. Meredith Mains, he mentions all of that. So it's clear that he's fingering, albeit not literally or directly, the Sussexes. And then he talks about the Guardian interview, the anti-monarchist Guardian, as he describes it. So that's also press establishment. He might be talking about political establishment in the UK. That's all kind of stuff that we know. I am going to ask if there's a more sinister backers involved who might be quite keen to bring William and Catherine down. We're going to look at it. The target, according to Richard Eden, is Prince William's birthright. Obviously, that's his standing as heir to the throne, or his future role as king. I think a lot of people might feel threatened by that, people who operate in the shadows, and also Harry and Meghan, in my opinion. And then Catherine's marriage, that they're having a go, both of those angles, trying to bring the Waleses down. Very ugly. That's why we have the Tarot of the Abyss on the table. We're going to look at this alleged plot. Is there some kind of concerted effort to do this, and how aware and how worried are William and Catherine? We are going to look at Harry and Meghan and see how invested they are in this. We're going to look at backers in the UK, or establishment, UK energy, and also hidden. Are there hidden forces plotting? And then we're going to look at the impact on Prince William first and his birthright, that on the Princess of Wales second, her marriage, her happiness, her family, anything like that. So an unsavory topic, and because it's so unsavory and possibly dangerous topic, let's remind you, this is tarot and it is for fun and entertainment, and it is all my opinion. I haven't used these cards for a while and they are very energized, jumping. All my opinion, all speculation. We're flashing the allegedly sign on here. We're reading the energy around the story, both Richard Eden and Lady C. And as I say, many people have been saying that it looks like William and Catherine are being targeted directly for whatever nefarious purposes. We're going to try and figure some of that out today. And disclaimer, of course, in the box below. Let's see what's going on. Interestingly, that the palace has been very clear, whether the Kensington Palace or Buckingham Palace, to leak the fact that Prince William is up in Scotland. He's photographed getting off his private jet in Aberdeen, going to meet the King in Balmoral. Third year in a row that he's done this. He's gone up on his own, meeting the King. They have monarch and heir kind of meetings. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, that's our underlying energy. So there is some pushback against this idea that, you know, Charles and William aren't speaking to each other and it's all a terrible thing and only Harry can save the day. Ace of Pentacles in reverse is an interesting energy. Ace of Pentacles, of course, upright, is a kind of long and blessed and abundant journey, your future, securing your future onto a good thing, really. The Ace of Pentacles, very, very long-term, good long-term prospects. If you get that, if you're reading on a job or a relationship or something and you get it upright, oh yes, this is a good one. to invest in. It's in reverse. So definitely the energy of trying to undermine that, trying to bring something down, something that has been around for a long time and is very well established, but definitely trying to undermine it. I'm getting, strangely enough, that the tree, the sycamore, the gap, have I got that right, in Scotland, that those two cretins just chopped down just because. It's giving me the same kind of vibe, interestingly. And almost willful destruction, wanton destruction, rather than some sort of conspiracy, establishment plot, as Richard Eden is calling it. There we go. Situation we're dealing with, and we're dealing with the Knight of Cups in reverse. That's pretty much Prince William's energy there, under siege, stormy seas, the Knight of Cups, dealing with all these emotions, this very stormy time, assailing him, trying to undermine him, maybe trying to provoke him as well, and get under his skin, and get him to do something that he might regret in future. Another dog bowl incident, for instance. But I think if he did something like that, particularly in public right now, he might be applauded. The times have changed, as Bob Dylan told us all those years ago. The times have changed. They really have. The temperature and the sentiment on this earth changed a lot in the last few years since Harry wrote Nwee and Poor Darling and Bless and all that stuff. I think now there might be a cue to push Harry into a dog bowl. That's just my opinion, and I'm of course not inciting violence here on this channel. That was a joke. Let's ask about the plot. Is there such a thing? Oh yes, the devil. Absolutely. And how interesting that this devil is all sort of bound up, which is very unlike the devil we normally see in tarot. And sinister, devilish energy, absolutely fueled with rage and hatred and malice and venom and toxicity, and the darkness that that energy represents. It's very unpleasant. I'm trying to lighten it by being a bit snarky, you might have noticed. But we should be on high alert when we see a card like that. Yeah, not good. Absolutely not good. It's the worst possible thing you can conjure up. I'm reminded of what's going on in the United States, or what allegedly went on in the United States with Jezebel and Erica Kirk. Some of you might know what I'm talking about, and I might read on that in my other channel in the next day or so. It's interesting that the same kind of energy is showing up here in this reading on William and Catherine. How concerned are they about this? I'm sure they're aware of it. How worried are they? Yeah, the High Priestess in reverse, very worried, I would say, because it's a similar kind of an energy. It's the energy of kind of the occult and spell casting. I will say those words. I normally try and avoid them on this channel, to say them out loud, but there it is. It's secrets and mysteries and incantations and things like that. I think they are very, very concerned about it. I think they're very concerned about the source of it, where it's coming from, at whatever deep and dark and disturbed level it's coming from, whether it's coming from a person, or if more sinister than that, some kind of energy, let's just say. We've got two very big cards there. They're both very sinister. Harry and Meghan, let's look at them, and we put the allegedly sign on, and we are doing tarot for fun and entertainment, in my opinion, and wild speculation, reading energy around Richard Eden's article and Lady C's kind of mysterious comments. Harry, how about Harry and his desire to bring William and Catherine down? What do we have? The Emperor, yes. Absolutely, Emperor in reverse. He wants to be king, and he wants to undermine his brother, who is in line to be king. sooner, I suspect, rather than later. So absolutely. The Emperor, obviously, in reverse is sort of toxic energy as well. It can be quite narcissistic, toxic male energy, because the Emperor is the archetypal male card. It's the father of the tarot as well. Just saying, so there's some sort of animosity around father and lineage and who's closest to Pa and who gets to step into Pa's shoes at whatever stage. Emperor is military as well. Harry likes to present himself as the war hero, the veteran, whereas William is just the wuss who flew the air ambulance, but he actually did fly the air ambulance, the helicopter, whereas there has been, many people say, never really emerged from his very well guarded bunker, allegedly. And what else? The Emperor also is, of course, the one who organizes, manages, and does all of that. And so you might say that there is some a bit of an organizing mind involved in that energy, that if we're looking at Harry and what Harry wants to accomplish and how invested Harry is in this kind of undermining of William and Catherine, well, for me as an energy reader, I'm getting a whole lot out of that Emperor card in reverse. A hell of a lot. I think he's absolutely on board with this. This is, of course, my opinion. Herself, Madame, how invested is she? We got the King of Pentacles. Wants Harry to be king. I think plain and simple. I think that this is their goal. Of course, if Harry is king, she is queen. And I have read on that very recently, her desire to be queen, her belief that this is her fate, it's in her stars, and she just has to click her heels basically, and there she is. And very much it's his energy, it's Harry's energy. King of Pentacles, this is what she wants, this is her goal, absolutely. For her, unfortunately for her, she has to go through him, she has to stay married to him. Harry is the one who's the useful one, the useful idiot, you could say, in this situation, but they both want the same thing, hence ongoing marriage. How about further than that, than just the Sussexes themselves and their PR team, and it's all part of Operation Bring him back as king? We can fill in the energy in this reading. Anyway, how about more sinister forces? Let's look at the UK first. Of course, Labour government, notoriously hostile to the monarchy. The press in some quarters were very hostile to the monarchy. What about UK establishment kind of plot to get at William and Catherine? You've got the Three of Cups. It's a friend's energy. It's a kind of a network. It's not terribly sinister. It's not like, just hang on a minute, sorry about that, a sudden interruption. I had someone at the door, had to rush and talk to, banging away at the door. Anyway, Three of Cups, let's get back to the reading. The Three of Cups, we're talking about UK establishment trying to undermine William and Catherine, allegedly. Three of Cups talks to me of the kind of energy of university groups, those kinds of people who maybe, in their student days thought that this was what they wanted to do and they wanted to achieve, and a network that has stayed connected since then. That's what's coming through. So if they went to school together, if they went to college together, whatever, if they're in unions together or working situations or political parties together, they're friends, it's something that they enjoy. They enjoy discussing, they enjoy collaborating on threes. There's always energy of a group of people that are involved. Because it's Three of Cups, I'm getting very much that it's friends. It does have, because we're in the dark tarot of the abyss, and this rather sinister energy, it has this energy of some sort of conjuring, which I've already got with the High Priestess in reverse. And suspicious enough of the energy in the world right now to believe that people do do things, to manifest things. And I try not to use the language of those things on this channel for various reasons. But it's in this Three of Cups. Even though on the surface it's a friendly little card, it's innocent enough, I think it might not be that innocent if you scratch the surface, let's just say. And interesting as I'm saying that, I'm being told to look at this card, which is the next one down, the Three of Swords, and that's wounding someone. Absolutely wounding someone. I'm going to put it away. How about more hidden energy from sort of global backers, conspiracies, deep, that thing kind of organizations, that stuff that people speculate, really rule things down here on earth. And we've got the Fool, and we've got the Fool in reverse. The Fool upright is very innocent, naive, very gullible, off I go. In reverse, I think we're being played for fools with that card. And it has the energy of stopping a fresh start. So doesn't want the new beginning for the monarchy, and the lovely fresh beginning, the good positive energy coming into the monarchy would be that energy. It's particularly Catherine's energy. Interestingly, they don't want that. There's something innocent and pure about it. However, she started her life, and she might not have started her life innocent and pure. I mean, her adult life, of course, or late teens, let's say. She's acquired that energy, and they don't like it. They particularly don't like her. And you can speculate at your leisure about why that might be. I don't want to speculate in public here. But I would say it's a major arcana. It's a heavy card when it's in reverse, the Fool in reverse. They do want to derail the whole thing. They don't want that fresh energy on the throne. It, I would say, would be very dangerous to them and their agenda. So let's have a look at outcome for William, first of all, in his birthright. Is it going to have any negative effects on him? Are they going to get their way with William? Was he going to resist? I've got the Six of Cups. Six of Cups goes to the past. And the only way that it's going to affect him is in a certain kind of melancholy and a remembering better days. Better days, of course, with his brother. It's there. It's the card of memory. It's the card of the past. It's the card of innocence. It's also a card of reconciliation. The Six of Cups. And at some level, there is still a possibility. And I know that us looking at it objectively can't imagine that Prince William would ever tolerate Harry back in his life at any level. But people do make those kinds of decisions in life and allow energy back into their worlds that possibly they shouldn't. We're all human after all, and we all miss the past. We miss people from the past. This is not breaking him at all. This is a sentimental card. This is an emotional card. And I said this story is really about the Knight of Cups in reverse. That's a situation. That's Prince William, and that's him being provoked and trying to bring out the worst in him and trying to upset him and make him lash out, make him do stupid things. He's in possession of himself with that Six of Cups. He's very in control. Sixes are very stable. They're harmonious energy. He's not going to be derailed by what's going on here. But he is going to reminisce. He is going to have that sore spot in himself emotionally about this, and possibly dream of one day reconciling, and one day all of this will be a terrible nightmare and it will all be resolved. I'll give him that. He's a water sign. Water signs do that all the time. How about Catherine, who I feel is being particularly targeted in this, even with this High Priestess? I didn't want to point that out with the High Priestess card, but I am going to. This devil is more William being tied up in knots. How about her? How's she going to survive this? It's got Page of Cups and it's in reverse. It's going to be very difficult for her. Is going to be difficult for her. They're going to keep on at her. As you can see, the storms raging around this poor little wretch on this ship, and stormy seas. It's going to carry on. The the bombardment of her, the messaging against her is going to carry on. The Rose Hanbury sort of stuff is going to carry on. They're not going to stop with that. I think that one of the organizing minds, the animating spirits behind all of this just can't resist, is never going to let this go. It's a very, in my opinion, a very sick mind. And I think it's a great awareness and concern of the level of possibly quite serious mental illness in that mind. I'm speculating, I'm not diagnosing, I'm not an expert, and I'm not pretending to be an expert. I'm reading energy, and the cards are prompting me to say that as an energy reader. But it's going to be difficult for her. It's going to be difficult in an ongoing way for her to have to read these things, hear these things, be battered and bombarded with these things that affect her relationships and her communication in her relationships and her sense of loyalty and being loved and being cared about and stuff like that. Constant undermining of that, eroding that, her happiness in a very basic sense. And I feel wretched for her. Reading this energy is particularly difficult. It's an innocent little Page of Cups, really, who's being tossed about like this, who doesn't deserve it. And I hope that the karma is brutal for those who are involved in doing this to somebody who really doesn't deserve it, in my opinion. We can see the goal is that Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's okay. It's not so okay down here. That's the reading. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.